Hi, welcome to video number 3 of the Meredith Ramirez Method Challenge with a focus on the lower body. Today is our restorative lower body flow. So we're going to go ahead and get started towards the back of the mat, feet underneath the hips. Take a big breath in and reach the arms up. Tiny back bend as you bend your elbows, palms face forward. Good, and exhale back to center. Bend into your elbows, lift your heart, bring your gaze up, and back to center last time here. Good, and then back to center. Draw your shoulders down, pull your ribs in, chin into your chest as you round down through your spine. Bend deeply into your knees here and just kind of pedal out through your feet, staying in your forward fold for just another round of breath. Big inhale. Full exhale. Good. Bring your gaze towards the top of your mat. Carefully walk yourself out into your down dog position. And here we're going to focus on the back of the legs. So really trying to press firmly through the palms, finding length in the spine and stability so that you can really pedal out through those feet, sending your heel towards the mat. Good, feeling the length and the stretch through the back of the knee, through the calf. Good, breathing. Come into your down dog, inhale and lift your left leg high, bend into your left knee, stack your left hip on top of the right, but keep your shoulders nice and square. Inhale, bring your leg back to center right away. Exhale, step your foot through, landing in between your hands. Drop your right knee and untuck your right toes. Come up into your low lunge stretch. So if you have sensitive knees, you can roll your mat up. You can bring a blanket underneath your knee or a pillow, whatever feels good. You want to press firmly into that front foot and bring your hands to your thigh, avoid your knee, and really focus on sinking your right hip down towards the floor. If you have yoga blocks, you can use those as well for a little bit of support. We're going to bring our hands down to either side of our foot and just keep opening up through the front of that hip. Big breath in, full breath out. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot and start to heel toe your left foot to the edge of the mat, opening up through your left knee, releasing the inner thigh there on the left side. Only going so far as it feels like a release. It's not painful. It shouldn't cause you any discomfort. Good. And then bring your foot back to center. Hand comes to the outside of the foot. We shift our weight back here. Square your hips, lengthening through the front of your leg, and then lift your heart up. So your spine is still nice and long. We're not rounding forward, but we're staying lifted and long here, stretching through the top of the foot and through the shin as we press our toes down towards the floor. Keep your hips nice and square. Pull that left hip back. Good. And then flex through that left foot as you set your hips down towards your right heel. Use your hands for a little bit of support here. Big breath in. Full breath out. Gaze is up. Good. Carefully, as you walk your hands forward, bend into your left knee. Come back. Good. Tuck your right toes under. Lift your right leg up, and then we're going to walk our hands over so that we come to a profile position. All 10 toes face forward here. We drop our head down in our wide-legged forward fold, releasing the inner thighs, releasing the low back. Big breath in here. Full breath out. Bring your gaze up slightly, walk your hands in just a little bit, and then heel toe your feet in just a couple steps. We're gonna come into Malasana here. So heels in, toes out, we drop the hips, and we lift the chest. If you need to, grab a block or a pillow and set it underneath your tailbone so that you have a little bit of support here. We wanna work to press the backs of our arms into our thighs, pressing firmly into our palms, using the strength of our arms to assist in that deep release and not worrying at all about how you look or anything like that. Just really trying to feel that nice deep stretch. Big breath in. Full breath out. Good. We'll take our hands down to the floor, shifting your weight slightly forward. Press into your palms as you straighten your legs. Just gonna walk ourselves back to the other end of the mat. Good, and step our foot back into down dog. And just pause here, again, paddling out through the feet, and this is where we're focusing on the back of the legs, so really try to find that stretch and length through the calf, behind the knee. Inhale, reach your right leg nice and high, bend your right knee and stack your right hip on top of your left, keeping your shoulders nice and square. Inhale, lengthen long back to center. Exhale, step your right foot forward and in between your hands. Drop your left knee, untuck your left toes and rise up into your low lunge. And again, sensitive knees, roll your mat up, find a pillow or a blanket. Hands to the top of your right thigh as you really sink into that left hip. And sometimes I like to sort of milk my hip too, so long as it feels good on the knee, just kind of pulsing forward and back just a tiny bit, just to see if I can get a little bit deeper, but only if that feels good. Keep the chest lifted here and the breath flowing. Big inhale, full exhale, seeing if you can send your hands down to the floor, framing your foot, shifting your weight forward even just a little bit more. To deepen that stretch, relax your shoulders down away from your ears, pick your chin up off your chest and breathe here. Allow your muscles to relax. Carefully start to heel toe your right foot to the edge of the mat, bringing your right hand to the inside and taking your right knee out to the side for your lizard stretch, right? If you have yoga blocks and they're handy, this may be a good place to have them support you, give you a little bit of height. This feels like too much on your hips. Good, and then carefully make your way back to center, hands frame either side of your foot. Tuck your left toes under, lift your left leg, and start to press yourself up, walking yourself back to the center of your mat in a profile position for your wide leg forward fold. And know that you can take a bend in the knees here if that feels good. We're just trying to release those inner thighs a little bit. So dropping the crown of the head down towards the floor. Big breath in, full breath out. Start to heel toe your feet in as you walk your hands in, heels and toes out from Malasana. You drop your hips as you lift your chest. Hands come right in the center of your chest. Use the strength of your arms to press into your inner thighs and really deepen that. Release there for the inner thighs and the hips. And just breathe. And exhale. Good. Now release your right hand behind you and your left hand behind you and drop your hips down to the floor. We're going to swing our legs around. Scooch up to the top of the mat. Reach your arms forward, stacking your shoulders over your hips. And just slowly roll down to the back of the mat. Pull the knees in. Rock side to side, massaging the back. Extend that left leg and bring the right foot to the top of the left thigh. And then reach in between the legs. Drawing that left thigh in, working that right knee away, releasing the glutes there and the outer hip. Good. Point through the left toes, flex through the left foot, point and flex. Roll the ankle, both directions. Point through the left toes. Release your hands, bring them out to the sides, bring them nice and wide to a T. Lower the left leg down, bring the right knee in line with the right shoulder. Exhale as you send that right leg across your body. So finding your spinal twist here. Think of stacking right hip on top of the left. So we feel a nice release here through the glute medius and just the outside of the hip, twisting gently through the spine. Big breath in, full breath out. Good. Bring yourself back to center, both knees into the chest. Good. Extend that right leg nice and long and bring the left foot to the top of the right thigh, reaching your hands in between your legs. Draw your right thigh in as you try to work your left knee away, keeping your back flat and your pelvis nice and stable, relaxing your head, neck, and shoulders. Point through your right toes, flex through your right foot, point, flex, point, flex, point, roll your ankle, and switch directions. Good. Point through those toes. Release your hands, bring them out to a T. Slowly lower that right leg. Bring the left knee in line with that left shoulder. And then twist. Left knee over to the right. Left hip stacks on top of the right. Shoulders stay rooted to the floor. Chin stays up off the chest. Big breath in here. Full breath out. Go ahead and come back to center, finding happy baby. Another release for the inner thighs. So grab for the outside edges of your feet. You're drawing your knees down towards your armpits. Flex the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. Keep your low back nice and flat here to feel a really deep release through those inner thighs. If it feels good and your flexibility allows for it, you can straighten through one leg and then the other. But if not, just stay here, maybe rocking side to side. And when you're ready, bring the soles of your feet together and drop your feet down to the mat. Allow your back to find its neutral, natural position. So maybe a little bit of space between your back and the mat. Take your feet out as far as you need to feel comfortable throughout the hip and the knee. And then take your arms out to the sides, palms face up towards the ceiling. Walk your shoulder blades in toward one another. Lift your chin up off your chest. Relax your jaw. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold it at the top. Exhale out of the mouth. And again, big breath in through the nose. Hold it at the top. And then exhale out of the mouth. Bring your hands to the backs of your thighs. Pull your knees in towards the chest. Good. Rocking side to side. Massage that low back. And then start to peel the shoulder blades up off the mat, rocking back and forth, building a little bit of momentum to rock up to a seat. And sit down in the center of your mat. Bring your hands together. And just pause, hands in front of your chest. Take a second to thank yourself and thank your body. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this restorative lower body series. I'll see you next time.